Balachandran from India today. It's a
Hi.
pleasure to welcome you all together. I think you guys are the most uncle artists today in the industry, be it Kalki or Vignesh or Anjali. You guys are unique in your own ways. So when you three come together for a project, I'm sure it's going to be unusual. It was unusual for me having watched the film. So the first and the foremost thing I would like to talk about is the writing. Oh my god! I saw a completely different Vignesh Shivan there. Like compared to the previous projects, your previous scripts, a completely different Vignesh Shivan. So tell us what made you to come up with this anthology, Vignesh Shivan, and to be a part of this Paava Kadhaigal. What made you to sign this project?
Obviously, it was the idea, and then the combination of the directors. Everyone in this list, they're all great filmmakers. People with whom I have dreamt of, working as an AD or something like that. Like at some point of time in my life, Vetrimaaran sir and Gautham Menon and Sudha. I've in fact worked as a poster designer with Sudha ma'am earlier during my days. So that combination itself was something எப்படி சொல்றது ரொம்ப it's a very privileged opportunity. And apart from that, like if you want to know about the concept that they selected is also very unique. You don't, what to say. It's easy for them to give us topics of maybe love or lust or something like that, which is very easy. But then they wanted to give something really challenging for all the filmmakers. And I think that is a very good thing, so that we had something to really work on, to do our research, to put things in place and come up with something unique. And I think we've done justice to whatever they've expected, to at least to a certain extent.
It's true, and as you said, like all three great filmmakers have been put up with you in this anthology. So they are best in their crafts. So did you find it nervous to attain your output? Like, do you feel that there will be comparison with other anthology short stories?
See, it's not like a competition, or there is no competitiveness in this entire thing, because it's going to come in a single piece. It's a film. It's not like four different films. It is a film speaking about the same topic. So if I was nervous, I mean, there's nothing to be nervous about it. But then I shouldn't be the weak link in this group. So that was, I was a little
Yeah.
conscious in that. And my way of approaching a film is a little different, maybe. So I didn't want to look like a very amateur filmmaker or something like that. So I was just working more on my strong point, so that it doesn't look a little. I didn't want it to look frivolous before their products. So a little bit of
Correct.
extra work was put into the writing and while making the film also. So I enjoyed
Yeah,
the
and
process. It was very nice. Yeah.
nice. And Anjali, like your character was pretty bold, beautiful, and intense. So, tell me one reason that you signed this project, Anjali. Like, what made you that this is it? I want to do this film, and how it happened.
I would say it's a package. It is about my roles, two roles, and the script, the way he handled the screenplay, and scenes, everything all together, impressed me a lot. So that at one point I wanted to do this movie, and I gave a little thought about some of the scenes that we had in the movie, but at the end of the day I thought, like, okay, I should do this movie. It is a package, I would say.
Nice, nice. Having spoken to you about your character, like I can't be without talking about Kalki. Hi, Kalki. You're one of the most unconventional actors, as I said. So last year you were part of this Tamil film Nerkonda Parvai, and again you are part of another Tamil film and Tamil anthology. So are you seriously in love with the language? So tell us about it. Like,
She is from
I
Tamil
mean, I don't
Nadu.
need to be in love with the language because I was born and brought up in Tamil Nadu, so it's my home. I in fact feel sad that my Tamil is not as good as it used to be when I was growing up, because I don't practice it anymore. But of course, I'm sneaking my way into Tamil cinema slowly, slowly. It's nice, feels good, and I'm very happy that I was, given this chance to be in this production. And uh, I saw all four films, and they're really very strong and different in each one story is very different. So that's really fantastic.
Yeah, and I think no more complicated because first seeing you recited an OAR poem. It's not a spoiler, but still, you recited an OAR poem, Sadi,
Ah,
where
yes, yes.
so how was it to recite that? Like, I mean, like, was it complicated for you?
Yeah. Vignesh sir was torturing me a little bit, because anyway, I have a little bit difficult like with the language, and so I was struggling with just the basic lines in the film. And then he said, "Oh, by the way, I also want you to say this poem." And I looked at the words, and I was like, "How am I going to say this?" I was saying it all the time between every shot in my breaks. I was just practicing. Vignesh sir would record it for me very slowly on a voice recorder. Then I would listen to it with headphones, practice it. So yeah, finally now it's like embedded in me. I think I'll know it until I die.
So and Anjali, moving on to you, like how was it sharing screen space with Kalki? Did she add any inputs to you in your acting? Like how was it?
No, I already told this to Kalki that I loved her work in most of her movies. Like even she was a bit surprised, when I was talking about her movie, Girl in Yellow Boots, or that movie.
Yeah.
She was quite like, oh, you watched that movie? I didn't know that you watched that movie, because I followed her work. I know most of her movies, maybe. So I was looking forward, to work with Kalki, because I love her, style of working, the way she express emotions, she have her own way of handling any emotion. So I love it. So I kind of enjoyed it working with her, and she's very friendly, and it's like I I didn't feel that I'm working with somebody else.
Nice, and within a short period of time, you have added the truthfulness to the character. The story is very in a short duration of time, but you added that truthfulness. So tell me, like, which character is very close to your heart, Anjali? Like, there are two characters that you played, and which is very close to you?
Okay, this is a tough question because both are my favorites. For some reasons, I love Jyoti Lakshmi, and for most of the reasons, I love Adi Lakshmi. So I can't say one. I equally love both, and I enjoy doing both, playing both roles.
Nice, nice. And Vignesh, I want to ask you this: like this film talks about a lot about the love beyond genders and a lot of complicated topics which you have to address now. So, but then, do you think that the OTT platform gave you the freedom to write a lot, like the explore? It gave you more freedom as a writer. Do you think?
Yes, yes, of course, 100%. That's true because it is coming on Netflix, and this platform. It's actually a boon for creative people, like for filmmakers and creators who want to express things without any filters. It is a boom. Like we enjoy. I really enjoyed working in a film like this because there are no restrictions. Like whatever comes into your mind, like the raw thoughts are you can just make it into a film and you can deliver it also. Like for when you're talking about the other format of film, like the conventional films or whatever, we have so many restrictions. We have to cater to a larger sector of audience. We have to have in mind that okay, these people are also going to keep watching it. So we tend to reduce certain amount of whatever. If you had, you watched my film, so some cuss words are there and all those things are there. We always tend to keep it very light, but such a platform gives you that liberty. You feel very actually liberated while you're directing something for a platform like Netflix. Yeah. So I really enjoyed the process, and
Nice.
that
And
gives us
tell us.
that the even your writing gets better. Because
Yeah, of course.
you're like totally open. You're totally open, and it makes you think on those lines also. So you can come up with new stuff, better stuff also. So it's really a nice time for creators actually. Yeah.
Correct. And tell us about working with Anjali and Kalki, especially during the quarantine, because I saw the post you were instructing them on Zoom call, and you are doing the dubbing. So tell us
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
We
Yeah, exactly.
we were a bit lucky to finish the filming of this film before the COVID really started. Like, we had completed our
Thanks to
filming.
me, no.
Uh, yeah, because of Kalki. Kalki was
Thanks
five
to
months
Kalki.
pregnant. She was
Because
5 months pregnant.
I was
We were,
pregnant and we had to finish it before I was showing.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's why we started early and we finished early. But then we got stuck with the post production. But then, since we have two talented actors here, they can work in any kind of circumstances. So we did our dubbing online with Zoom calls and things like that. In fact, one of the dubbing sessions I slept off. Kalki did the
Oh,
dubbing on her own. Kalki, you remember?
But
Sorry.
yeah, you were so
One day
bored of
morning,
my voice.
so
so
who
she
trained you
started
then?
doing. Huh?
Kalki too.
So this was like even during COVID session also, like that phase also we had a lot of work to do, but luckily we finished the most toughest part, like shooting this film. So we finished that last year itself. We finished with September 2019. We finished this shoot. So which is
Okay.
blessing in disguise, thanks to Kalki and Safo. Thank you,
And
Kalki.
Kalki. Yeah. Okay, okay. So, Kalki, I want to ask you the most favorite character in the film, which is very close to you. Like for me, it was Narikutti because there were so many layers to it. The guy who was villain. So tell what kind of a character you are impressed with.
Actually, even mine is Narikuti. I think
Oh,
he's like a real friend. I don't know, Vignesh, where you found him, but he's really fantastic. And he gives this very like uncomfortable feel throughout, and the way he does everything with a little bit of a smile, and he relishes the violence and the aggression that he's promoting. So I totally love his character. Yeah.
nice, nice. And the last question, I can't ignore this question, Vignesh. Like, what was Nayanthara's reaction after the film? So everybody would love to hear
She
it.
Yeah, she liked it. She liked the film. She liked every part of it. So we enjoyed watching it together. So yeah, I just want people also to watch the film and give us positive feedback. Like so far, whatever we've been receiving has been overwhelming. So I'm just waiting
As
for
if
the
she's
audience
gonna tell
to.
us if she didn't like it.
Ah,
Huh?
As if she's going
she
to
can't.
say she didn't like
No, she cannot say.
it.
அதான் சொல்ல முடியாது.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks a
But
lot.
but
Thanks a
see,
lot for your time.
Kalki and all. Kalki is there. Anjali is there. She likes both of them. So she was like first
Those
discussion about the script was with her. So I was telling, and then we were discussing whom to cast and all those things. So I came up with how about Kalki, and she said perfect because that will give you that color. And we keep watching like Made in Heaven and all her films from the Dil Dharakne Do, na Kalki which one? The other Ye
जिंदगी ना
Jawani.
मिलेगी ये
See,
जवानी.
Zindagi Na Milegi, Karan, Ye Jawani Diwani. We are all Kalki fans at home.
Oh,
And then we have Anjali. We enjoy watching Anjali on screen. She also loves Anjali's work. She just likes the way she acts, like, the humor timing that she has. Very casually, she'll just, she can make you laugh on screen. Not many actresses can pull off comedy on screen. So she's one gifted actor like that. So, yeah. So that part of support is always there, and then while she watched the film also, like all the calls that we took about this film has worked out well only for us. So happy
I'm
with
sure
the
you
And
will work.
convey my thanks to Nayan.
Thanks a lot for your time, Vignesh, Anjali, and Kalki. It was great talking to you.
Thank you.
thank you so much.